The screen fades in from black, not with a glamorous red carpet photo, but with a grainy, long-lens paparazzi shot. This is the Chen Bolin few ever get to see. A man caught between moments, his expression unreadable. For over 2 decades, he has been a ghost in the machine of Asian entertainment, a star beloved for his boy-next-door roles, yet a perpetual enigma whose silence has fueled more headlines than any confession ever could. How did the quiet, disciplined actor from Taipei become a figure shrouded in so much speculation? This is not the story of his celebrated filmography, but the shadow narrative that runs parallel to it, a chronicle of the rumors, the political firestorms, and the intense scrutiny that came with his relentless climb. This is the price of his mystery. His journey into the fog of controversy began not with a scandal, but with a strategic silence. After the earth-shattering success of In Time With You, the public desperately wanted the on-screen fairy tale to be real. The chemistry with Ariel Lin wasn't just good acting. To millions of fans, it felt like witnessing real love. The rumor mill went into overdrive, with tabloids and online forums dissecting every glance, every shared post, every hesitant answer in an interview. But Chen Bolin did something unusual. He refused to play the game. While other stars might have capitalized on the ship for clout, he and Lin offered polite, consistent denials, revealing nothing. This was his first masterstroke in controlling his narrative, but it was also the genesis of his problem. By building his brand on inaccessibility, he created a vacuum, and nature, especially celebrity culture, abhors a vacuum. That emptiness began to fill with whispers and theories, setting a precedent that would define his entire career. As he boldly crossed into the lucrative but perilous mainland Chinese market, the rules of the game changed dramatically. It was no longer just about managing romance rumors. It was about navigating a political minefield where a single sentence could be career-ending. The controversy erupted not from a leaked video or a salacious photo, but from what seemed like an innocent artistic observation. In interviews, Chen would occasionally and carefully speak about the creative differences between the industries. He mentioned the creative freedom he experienced in Taiwan, contrasting it with the more structured, regulated environment of mainland productions. To him, it was a simple statement of fact, an artist discussing his craft. But in the hypersensitive climate of cross-strait relations, there is no such thing as an apolitical comment. Netizens in China pounced, interpreting his words not as an artistic critique, but as a political slight. The online backlash was swift and brutal. Comment sections flooded with accusations of ingratitude and disloyalty to the market that was making him a star. Industry insiders held their breath, waiting to see if this would trigger a blacklisting. Chen's response? More silence. He never issued a grand apology, nor did he defiantly double down. He simply continued his work, letting the storm rage around him. This incident revealed a harsh truth. His greatest strength, his quiet, thoughtful demeanor, could be weaponized against him, transforming the artist into a political pawn overnight. Just as the political dust was settling, a new kind of international rumor began to swirl, this time emanating from South Korea. His signing with a Korean agency and his participation in the virtual romance show We Are in Love with actress Ji-hyo catapulted him into a new stratosphere of fame and fan obsession. The show's format, which simulated dating, was a ratings goldmine, and the chemistry between the two was electric. Fans became detectives, scouring their social media for hidden clues, a similar background in a photo, a vague caption that could be a coded message. The speculation wasn't just fan-driven. Korean and Taiwanese tabloids ran rampant with stories of a secret cross-border romance. Yet again, Chen Bolin found himself at the center of a relationship maelstrom, but the stakes were higher. The fervor of K-pop and K-drama fans is legendary, and their investment in an idol's personal life is all-consuming. The pressure to confirm or deny was immense, but the man held his line. His silence, which had once seemed mysterious, now began to be interpreted by some critics as calculated and even disrespectful. Was he leading fans on? Was he using the rumor to stay relevant? The narrative was slipping from his control, painting him not as a private man, but as an aloof and perhaps manipulative star. Back in Taiwan, the cumulative effect of these controversies began to reshape his public persona. The boy-next-door image, meticulously built over years, started to show cracks, replaced by a more complex and, for some, a more frustrating figure. The very same media that once praised his professionalism now occasionally ran pieces questioning his authenticity. Was Chen Bolin genuinely a humble, introverted artist, or was this all a brilliantly constructed facade to keep the world at arm's length? His refusal to engage, to give the public the answers they craved, started to have a cost. In an era where celebrities forge connections through Instagram lives and candid vlogs, his curated photos of art galleries and distant landscapes began to feel detached. Some began to whisper that he was arrogant, that he felt he was above the media circus circus that funded his lifestyle. The debate raged in online forums. Was he a master of his own image, skillfully maintaining an aura of intrigue in a world of overexposure? Or was he becoming a victim of his own strategy, trapped by the very mystery he cultivated, now struggling to connect with a new generation that demands transparency as proof of authenticity? So where does this leave Chen Bolin today? He stands at a crossroads that is uniquely his own. He has the financial stability and the critical respect to walk away on his own terms, a luxury many of his peers never achieved. There are no drug busts, no financial crimes, no explosive sex tapes. His scandals are ethereal, built on whispers and interpretations. But in the modern entertainment landscape, that might almost be a bigger challenge. How does an enigma survive in an age of radical transparency? Can he pivot and open up, or will he double down on the silence that has both protected and isolated him? The next chapter of his story isn't about landing another leading role. It's about answering the question he has spent his entire career avoiding. Who is the real Chen Bolin when the cameras are off and the rumors are stripped away? The mystery remains, but the audience's patience for it is the one thing that is not guaranteed.